How to backup Active Directory in Windows Server 2008. The Windows ADS backup is included in the system state backup of a domain controller. So if you know how to take the system state backup, you know how to take the ADS backup too. In Windows Server 2003, we had a backup utility to select what we have to backup. But in Windows Server 2008, we have to use a command prompt utility called wbadmin to backup the system state of a computer. But unlike the previous versions of Windows, the backup is included as an optional feature in Windows Server 2008. So we have to install it first before we can backup the system state. Like the previous version, the system state restore rewrites all the ADS objects and settings in the domain controller, and it has to be done from the directory services restore mode when we start up the PC. We will now have a look on how to do this on a Windows Server 2008 DC. I am now logged on to a domain controller of the domain contessa.com, and we have a couple of OUs and some users here. So what we are going to do is we will be deleting we will be first backing up this domain controller using the Windows backup, and after that we will come back and delete some OUs and users from here, and then we will restore this computer using the backup that we have, and we will check whether we will get back the users and OUs. So I have already told you that in Windows Server 2008, if we want to use the backup utility, we have to install it first. It comes as a feature of Windows Server 2008. So to install it, we will have to launch the server manager and then click on features, click on add features, and then select the Windows Server backup features. I will make sure that everything is selected. To install the command line tools also, click on add features and click on next, and I will click on install. The installation succeeded, and we have the Windows backup features installed on our DC. You can close out of this, and now I will show you how I can use the command prompt to back up the system state backup, which is the only option to take a system state backup in Windows Server 2008. You will not be able to use any graphical user interface to take the system state backup specifically, so we will have to use the command prompt. I need to run this as an administrator because it needs some elevated privileges to backup. Click on run as administrator, and it will open up the command prompt. You can just type in wbadmin, and I will hit enter, and it populates all the switches that I can use with this wbadmin command. So here we can see the start system state backup command. So I will try that. wbadmin space start system state backup, and I will hit enter. It gives me an error message, says that an option required for the command is missing, and that is the backup target. So I will have to give a backup target for this, and it also shows me the example here: wbadmin start system state backup hyphen backup target, and then I can give a colon and give the target drive where I want to store this backup. So I will use the same example, but I will be using my E drive instead of the F shown here to backup, and space hyphen backup target colon E colon, so I can now hit enter. Now it has started the backup and it's asked me for the confirmation whether you want to start the backup operation. I can hit Y and enter, and this will start the system state backup and it will store it to the E drive. This will take a couple of minutes to complete, actually some about 10 or 15 minutes. So I will pause the video here and I'll be right back after this completes. System state backup is complete and it says that the backup of system state completed successfully at the given time, and we can also get the path for the log files. So we have the backup of Active Directory and the state of the system now with us, and now we can go on and delete some users and OUs from our Active Directory, and we will try to get back them with this backup. Let me get the Active Directory users and computer, and we will delete the accounts OU here. So we have deleted the accounts OU, and we will try to retrieve these users and this OU using the backup that we have now with us. We'll check the files of the backup also. In the E drive we have the Windows image backup, and this is the system state backup that we have. It is also named with the time and date. So we will now check how to restore the system state backup. For that we will have to go to the directory services restore mode as in the previous versions. So I will restart the computer. I will press F8 when the computer starts up. So we have system boot options, advanced boot options. We can select the directory services restored mode from here. Have to log in using my local user account, so I will use the username /administrator and will give the user password. The restoration of system state backup is also done through the WB admin tool. So I have to get an elevated command prompt. I will right click on run as administrator, and I will type in WB admin, enter. We have the start system state recovery command, so I will type in WB admin space start system state recovery, and I will hit enter. It will show an error message which says that I have to specify the version of backup that I am going to use to restore this computer. So I will have to get the version identifier of the backups that I have first. To get the version details of the backups that I have, I can use the wb-admin space get versions command, and it will show me the backup version identifiers that I have in my computer. So this is the backup that we have. The version identifier is 11/12/2010-04:10. It's the date and time actually, so I can use this. Start system state recovery space hyphen version colon 11 slash, let me check the version once again. It was slash 12 slash 2010 hyphen 04:10, and I can hit enter. So it asks me whether to start the system state recovery now. I will hit yes, and the system state recovery will start. This will also take some time, and I will be pausing the video and will be right back after this completes. The restore process is completed, and it says that the restore of system state completed successfully at the given time, and it also asks me to please restart the machine to complete the operation. So I will just restart the computer now. Computer has restarted, and I am going to log in as the administrator of the domain, and it will show me a command prompt which says that the system state recovery operation started at the time and completed successfully, and I have to press enter to continue. So I will press enter, and now I have the desktop of my DC, and I can check whether I have the users and OUs back from the backup. I can open up the users and computers, and here you can see that I have the accounts OU back, that I have restored the users and accounts that I want, and everything is fine and running. So this is how you backup Active Directory and restore it using the wb-admin tool in Windows Server 2008. So I hope this was informative for you, and thank you for watching.